Welcome back to Backyard Cars, and today we are back on the Monte Carlo, getting it ready for SickWeek. We got a bunch of odds and ends to do. We got to hook up the EVAC kit to the catch can. We got to hook up our Trans Temp Sensor thing out here and wire it to the gauge. And if we have enough time, we're going to attempt to adjust the rear disc brakes and try to get a little better pedal. And then, of course, we're going to fire up the Big Block and go do some Smokey Burnouts, because, you know, who doesn't want to see Smokey Burnouts? So, get your popcorn and a cold drink, and let's do this. Well, all right. We're here on our trailer workbench, and I took my hoodie off and put on a flannel because my wife would be mad if I got my church clothes dirty. So I think we're going to start off probably with something as easy as just installing the transline temperature sensor on the output side of the transmission line. Then we'll circle around to a more involved, routing of hoses and stuff for the EVAC, because we'll have to drill into the exhaust and weld in these little EVAC tubes into the flowing exhaust. That'll create some vacuum to ventilate the engine compartment or crankcase. So I guess let's jack the car up so we got a little room, and I'll get you a view in there where I'm thinking about sticking this. There's already a coupling deal that's in the tranny line that somebody else put in, and I didn't replace the line when I put the Big Block in, so it wasn't leaking. I just left it alone. But I think that if I take that out, I can use those two lines in that place right there, under the car, away from the heat, easily accessible. Sounds smart. Probably won't be when we get there, but I guess let's go look at that first. Up she goes. Let's see, are we even on it? Are we in a good safe spot? I hope so. I just kind of slid that back there and went to jacking on it. We just get it up high enough, where we can see a little bit. That looks good. All right, well, as we can clearly see, here's our thing. And we're going to splice our adapter in here. I'm guessing. I'm feeling like that's the way to do it. Let's see where it leads us. Of course, I can almost guarantee none of this is going to come loose like you want it to. It's going to fight. I mean, why would it just come loose? Oh. Let's see about the other one. This one's got to go the opposite way. That's the way it feels. Yep. Over that one. There we go. Yep, they're flared. Okay. So I'm gonna have to cut them. Let's hope all my tranny fluid don't drain out. This is gonna be fun. I am saying that this is the wrong size. And I just cut my trans line. Smart. Smart move. There's no way that's crimping down to that. Alright, well, we got the wrong T-fitting for this. So I'm just going to throw some rubber hose back on it for now. But I did wire the wire into the gauge. And it's hanging right there. So we just hook it to the T-fitting and the sensor when we get it in. Just going to order the right size for the line. I don't know how I got the wrong one. But we're going to move forward. We're going to go ahead and start drilling holes for the EVAC kit right here somewhere in the exhaust. Alright, so transitioning from our weeping transmission line up here, we have got to get this EVAC fitting in. And they tell you to put it in here, you know, like 6 inches before the collector, because they're telling you to run open header. And you can't put it back here because there's not a whole lot of flow at that point. But if you got open exhaust, no muffler, open exhaust, you can get it in back here if you would like. But as I'm seeing, you know, I'm seeing like we might just go in like right here with it. There we go. That's what we're going to do. Let me get the drill. Let's just use this drill bit right here in the primary. All right. What do we got? Let's make sure we're feeling good about it. I don't know how else you could feel about it. That's where it's going. If it'll stay. This drill bit will give me a pilot hole. Okay. Let's see. How did that work? Well, not the correct angle. I need that angle. What do? We just file the back of it down now? That's probably the smartest move. I need just a little bit more off the back side. Nope. Here's one tack. Now, I'm closing my eyes to do this from behind the camera, so don't judge me too hard, guys. Oh, come on. Oh! Alright, check that out. Hopefully that's enough to curve and get up where I need to get up to. Well, we don't know, but it's flexible hose. I guess I just gotta Zeus that on now. I don't want to do that with that on there, 'cause I don't know, might get super hot or something. Alright, there it is. Congratulations to me. I forgot that I coated these headers, so it wasn't welding very good, needless to say. learned a little bit of a lesson. When you do, clean the spot around the header if you coated them. About how much of the hose we need, to make it from up there to down here. All right, we got hose. We've got hose in different area codes. I feel like I got a lot of it, that's for sure. It's gonna go almost down to that thing. Make a little doohickey bend, de-dealy to there. So that's not too bad. We got enough of that. I got AN things down in there too. Like that. I got another one. And these came from the evil people. Because I'm cheap. You know what I'm saying? The evil guys. I'll probably put them on the car because put a sticker on here because, they're on here. It's cheap. This one is going to go up. Okay, so that's going to do that type of thing. Maybe. To up here somewhere. I don't know. I got too much hose playing with here. I need to start trimming it down to what we're going to use. Okay, I'm just down here putting the thing on here. There's a lot of things. They say to use thread sealant on this too. Right now I don't have any, so I'll just use my little trick going back and forth until we get it seated. It feels pretty good. Okay, I'm going with that. And this can go up and be pushed on. How much are we gonna get? Okay. That's a pretty good amount on there. That's probably flexing on there a little bit much. It's probably a little, but no, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. Up and down and down and up and down we go. Okay, let's get this back on here. Yep. As far as that can go. And this thing's gotta turn this so it fits the correct direction that we're looking for. Right? I think that's it. Is that it? Looks pretty good. You tell me, you're up there. Yeah, it looks pretty tight. Alright, we're gonna grab a big crescent wrench, the one no one ever wants to use. And we're gonna tighten the one up down there and tighten this up here. And then we're gonna work on, I don't think that's a big hole with a small grommet. I think that's a small hole. Only meant for PCV valves. Alright, little grommet. Do you want to come out now? I'm pinching my plug wires. I don't want to do that. Oh. Alright, so it's been a few days. And I know it might be hard for you all to see, but we got the catch can all set up. I think I showed you that. I did my little sensor deal came in. Oh, let's get down here for the trans line. So, voila, temp sensor in the trans. And we got to fire it up and be sure that, you know, it's not going to leak. So, go back up here. And when we fire it up, we're going to have to check this catch can, the vacuum that's going on right here, because I only have one tube hooked up right now. And we're going to kind of see what kind of suction power we got going on right here with the one tube. If I don't have enough, well, then I'm going to have to take this hose back off, run it to the other side, put the other EVAC tube in, and then see how much suction we got. And then if we got, I mean, that's all we got. So from there, I wouldn't block this. I would have to take this breather and then run it into the top. See what I'm saying? So then we had two suction lines pulling on the one here. But we're hoping for the little bit that we need, this will work good. And then I just block this with my little filter plug that I got going on. You feel me? I know. The sign here, every time I see it, now I think I may have just kept myself from being under this engine bay. Alright, so right now, I got to get some keys and we got to fire it up. It's not going to run very good because carb is tuned for that PCV valve, which means that now that there's no PCV valve, it's good. The idle's going to be down low, I do believe. I don't know. I know I'm going to have to retune that. And we got to check for vacuum over here. And we got to be sure it isn't leaking. All right. Let me grab some keys. All right. Well, let's get the air cleaner off. We know we're going to have to adjust on the carburetor. I need my workbench. Where's a screwdriver at? Now, it's cold here in Florida. Well, not really. It's just not 100 degrees. So, and I haven't started it in several days. So, what I'm saying is, give it a break. You know, just look the other way for a second. I need this, right? Oh, let's fire it up. Couple pumps. Oh, and you know what? This microphone does not pick up cars very good. So, once I get it to idle, I will swap. You hear me? Once I get it to idle, and I'll swap the microphone. I'll turn the voice microphone off so you guys can hear it. You know what I'm saying? It does appear that my transmission line is leaking down there. Wonderful. Put my finger down this side and I got no fluid. Finger down the other side, got no fluid. Got fluid from the sensor because the sensor's leaking everywhere. Okay, wonderful. So, gonna have to pull the sensor back out. Reevaluate. Listen, somebody was just talking about this. Nobody ever just goes with no bugs. Hey! I do have Teflon made for oil and gas. It's not gas oil. It's some cheaper stuff. But it has worked pretty good in the past. And we're going to make it work good now. Alright, let me go clean this off and Teflon it up. Alrighty, sensor is re-secured with the Teflon tapes. Not just regular Teflon either, like I said. Here y'all crying about it. It's cheap blue rhino. Hopefully you can still see. Alright, so now I'm going to do a little carburetor tuning. Sorry, I'm going to do a little carburetor tuning. And I'm going to leave you on the phone microphone and not my voice microphone. Because the voice microphone sucks when it comes to listening to the car. So you can hear the car like the car is. And, well, I'm just going to dial in on the carburetor. I'm going to set my 2.5 turns on all 4 corners. We're going to fire it up, get it to an idle, adjust from there. I'm going to use a vacuum gauge just to double check myself as it's running. Just so I can watch everything as we're adjusting on it, you know? Alright, here we go. Alright, well, I'm gonna let it sit for a minute and soak up all that heat, and then we'll come back out, fire it up, and retune one more time, and then we're going, what do we gotta do? Then we're gonna reevaluate and see what we're gonna do. Well, I think we're going to end it here. We've accomplished everything with the car, and I think it's ready for SickWeek. And we got to turn our attention to getting the trailer together for our gear. We got like 5 days left. Probably 3 by the time you see this. You think we're ready? I don't know. This is going to be a fun trip. All right, so go down there, comment, like, subscribe. I'm sorry I couldn't get more shots of Smokey Burnouts, but you just have to keep checking back. There'll be more. Before we take off Sunday, we'll have the video for the trailer out. Hopefully we get that all together and it goes on SickWeek with us. We're real close. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.